So for some, it's time to kick back and enjoy the weekend. For some of us, we work through the weekend, but for some school kids and their parents, they're gearing up for the SATs, college entrance exams, and most of us had to take them at some point in our lives. 3 out of 4 students report heightened anxiety. Imagine that before exams. That can impact both performance and, of course, mental health. Our next guest has some tips on how to help alleviate some of that. Lisa Collum is the founder of Top Score Writing. I wish I had had access to you before I took them, because I can tell you that I was pretty stressed out too. This can certainly be a stressful time. How can parents help their kids? And it's not, by the way, we should say, and I've gone through this twice, it's not the easiest age to interact with your kids. So having said that, how can you help alleviate some of the stress?
Yeah, I mean, it starts first with reframing the mindset. So we want to make this not about this big test and these passing scores. These are things they've been working on, and it's their time to show what they know. And I always say as parents, like, don't stress out, because if you're stressing out, they're going to stress out. We just have to encourage them, give them confidence, and remind them, this is stuff you've been working on all year long. You've been preparing for this, and now it's your time to shine.
So it's like your face is important. Like when they fell when they were kids, if you didn't freak out, they wouldn't cry.
Exactly,
yeah, it's kind of
exactly. And just keep reminding them of that.
And they're doing this not in a vacuum. They're still doing their other schoolwork.
Right.
That's why it gets so stressful.
Of course.
How do you deal with both at the same time?
For me, I always say we have to find ways to make learning fun. So as teachers, parents, if we're just drilling them all the time, they're going to shut down. So anything we can make into a game, anything we can put timing behind it, like with simple writing, I always time kids. I give them a paragraph, time them. If they can do it in that amount of time, give them a raffle ticket or something, and just keep encouraging them with that, because if we can make it fun, they think it's a game, but we're going to see their writing or whatever they're producing, be able to help them with their strengths and weaknesses. And on top of that, I always say, let's not overload them. So if it's like a 3-hour test prep session, they're not going to be there for it. They're not going to be able to pay attention the whole time. So break it down into smaller chunks, work on specific skills.
You used to teach 4th grade, right?
I did.
I bet you were a great 4th grade teacher. You also talk about simulating test day. That's something I didn't do that I think I wish I should have.
Yeah. See, the thing is, students should know where they're testing and who they're testing with before test day. And I always remind everyone, they're in the classroom with their teacher all year long, but on test day, you're going to be with a different teacher in a different classroom. And I think students should know where they're testing and who they're testing with. And I think even more, they should be able to do a total mock testing day. So let students take a practice test. Let them go to that room with that teacher and be able to go through an entire mock day testing. That way, it's not a day of surprises. It's just a day to show off your skills.
Right. You're not looking around going, what's happening? You're just going in there and focusing on the...
And I always compare it to like a coach. If you're going to do a big playoff game, you're going to do a scrimmage before, right?
Absolutely.
So do that mock day testing.
All right. Lisa Collum, thank you so much
Yes.
for your expertise,
Yes,
for the years of
having me.
teaching, and for helping kids now. I appreciate it.